Morning, Sauger. Morning, Theta Trader. Good to see you guys. 54, 48. So, what are you guys watching this morning? Boeing RCL UAL. Nice. Yeah, I've got UAL up here and NCLH, but let's check RCL. Yeah. It's interesting how Boeing and then you've got well, let's just go back to RCL. It's interesting how you've got good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you, man. It's good. It's interesting that you see RCL right here, um, where it could find support on the 100-day moving average, and actually the 100-day is meeting the 20-day or the 9 EMA. But but that's RCL. But then you go to CCL, and it's under the 100-day, and it's got to make its way down to the 9. And then you go on NCLH, same thing. So it's just interesting, because they tend to move in sympathy with one another. And it's interesting that it seems how this one is finding support, RCL, but then you go to CCL and it looks like it's getting rejected from that 100-day moving average. So yeah, it's just interesting. Definitely keep a close watch on that though. But yeah, UAL may present some good opportunities. The thing is and this one's getting rejected off of that 100-day as well. Um, I don't know. I think the airlines in general are not. It's interesting how they've come up so much, but they're really not doing well, guys. I mean, they're really not. So I don't know if this has just kind of been like a state of euphoria, and if it's starting to wear off, and we're going to get a drawback today. Um, but we'll see. Boeing has definitely had a killer run up. Can't believe Boeing touched all the way down to $89. All right, so DPW. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on with DPW? Man, look at that. That's incredible. That would be at the top of my watch list also. 4 million share float. DPW's stock more than doubles on heavy volume after announcing defense order. Announces that its Gresham Worldwide defense business has Received purchase orders totaling approximately 3.2 million from 4 defense contractors. Interesting. Wow. And these shares have already been rotated like 4 times over. So it's interesting. I mean, it's been a very slow but steady push here. Man, we had 3 million in just that last 5-minute candle alone. Good Lord. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, this one might actually, this might be the runner for the day. I'll actually put this up here. But yeah, Lake is another one that I'm watching, and I believe I set alerts for that. Let's see. Right. No, I have not. I need to set alerts for that. Oh, I know why. Because I was going to be watching this one. I was going to be moving this one to the top of the list. That's right. I think Lake is like a 7 million share float. Let me double check. Yeah, 7.6 million share float. You know, and it's also kind of moving on good news. I think they had a good first quarter. Let's see. Results. Morning, Rav D. Good to see you. So anyway, we know that Lake can run. We know that it's approaching these all-time highs, and that's kind of a reason why I wanted to look at it. You know, because I think it's possible to, you know, to get a break, but you know, this is also kind of starting to form one of those patterns for me that can be very good for shorting. You can see it's tapped up. It tried to tap up. It didn't quite get up there. It tried to tap up again. Didn't quite get up there. Sold off. And now look, it's not even getting up there. So this also is, you know, I imagine, I wonder how many bag holders there might be from these areas here that are starting to take profit. You know, so I don't know. Gonna watch that one. That's at the top. DPW might be good to get in on some scalping pullbacks. Starbucks, I think Starbucks is going to hit a bit of a reversal, and I may go long on this one. I'm going to be watching for that. If you look here, you know, it's meeting right around this area here, right around 78.64 up to 79.65. Which also happens to be very complementary to these levels over here. So these levels and these levels pretty much match up. And so, and we got a lot of moving averages that we would have to break down through. Now, it's possible that, you know, Starbucks will just continue to make a move downward. So I would have to see signs for a reversal. Starbucks can be a little bit difficult to trade. So definitely going to wait on that one. Make sure that we see those signs for a reversal. But I'm keeping it at the top of my list because I think, you know, again, I think Starbucks will be a good potential reversal. And then GMAB, you know, I want to know if it breaks out over these levels here. But other than that, I'm not going to be too interested. And I think I've already set an alert, so I'll just remove that. Let me double check. Let's see. Yeah, 30.51, and I'll even set one at 31. So we'll give ourselves a couple alerts on that. VRM, you know, it's an IPO, and let me see if you can get shorts. Yep, or shares for shorting. So. $7, pretty good. This is another one where I'd be looking for a reversal. I'd be looking for it to hold, previous day close or even some of these levels back here, and then a potential reversal. I don't think this one is just going to get crushed to the downside, but we'll see. Trying to be a little open-minded here, guys, and trying to look more at potential long setups. And of course, the big one this morning that a lot of people are going to be watching is Tesla. Tesla, just for no apparent reason, I think just out of sheer excitement for it to break through that $1,000 mark, has made its way up there. So I'll keep that on watch lightly on the side. But again, the main ones I'm going to watch for DPW. I do have Chris. I do have. I don't think I have APT because APT can be really difficult to trade for me. Anyway, so I did not include that one, Sauger. I did include PSTV. I set alerts for that, so I will be alerted. I set multiple alerts for that actually, and I did set alerts for Chris. But it really does seem like at this point that DPW is going to be the runner. I mean, this is just incredible right here. This is incredible. I'd be very interested to see where this could go, and I think it's very possible to get a pull back all the way back, even down to these levels, 365 levels, for a retest. So I'd probably be looking for something like that. Lake, I will not get involved with unless it increases in volume. So really, Starbucks needs to come up. VRM should come up. And then, yeah, these other ones will just I'll just kind of take a look at them as we go. But again, I do have alerts set. So today, guys, for those of you who saw my recap last night, you'll know that I'm kind of on the edge here. I really want to see some progress, and I'm gonna have to be patient. And of course, watch today be the day that I decide not to trade the open and things work out perfectly. Whereas if I had traded, I would have made $500. It just seems to be the story of my life right now. When I do what I when I take a step and try to trade my strategy multiple times over, I get hammered multiple times over, and then I'll switch it up. One day I'll switch it up, or I'll do something different. It's kind of like me saying yesterday I wasn't going to trade pre-market, and then there were trades that I knew I just knew. I was like, man, I was like, but no, I said I'm not going to trade pre-market, and sure enough, some of those trades worked out really well. So just watch this be the one day. I mean, that's the tough thing about trading, because you can get slapped in the face so many times, even though you've tested this strategy and it typically works. Sometimes those strategies just don't. It's like we were talking about even with Ross Cameron. I mean, man, that dude has been on fire lately. Did y'all see that video yesterday? That dude broke 100K in one day. But I have seen him go through slumps. Where he, where he lost big time, $20,000-$30,000 in one day. And he just kept having, like, I've seen him go through those periods, several weeks, where he's trading the strategy. He's doing everything he normally does, but he's just getting slapped in the face. It just ain't working, And so I think about that sometimes, and we often it's really finding that fine line of, when do we stop trading the strategy and try to switch it up? But when you do that, that's when your strategy would have worked. It just seems like it goes. So it's kind of like, well, do I just continue trading the strategy, even if it's losing, even if I'm not doing well? Now, granted, last week, there was a lot of boneheaded moves. I keep defaulting to that word, but it really was. I was not necessarily trading the strategy per se on a couple days last week, but Anyway, so there's a combination of these things. There's a rich combination of these things, but I don't know. Either way, hopefully today is just better. Gonna try to be patient, more patient, and gonna try not to trade the open. Um, and if I do trade the open, it would only be with extremely small share size, extra conservative share size. Right, Yoni B. If the strategy is time tested, then never change the strategy. Yeah. Look at this. Look at Starbucks getting that match. This is what I hate. I hate when they start doing this in pre-market. But anyway, somebody just came in, and I don't know if that's just profit taken on a short seller, but who knows? Anyway, that gap's got to close. But if I do decide to trade the open, like I said, I'll take very conservative share size, but I'm going to do my best to not trade the open. And when I say the open, I mean probably within the first 15 minutes. I'm going to try to sit on my hands. First 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes. So got about a minute to the bell. I'm actually going to walk away here briefly and going to grab some coffee. And I'll be right back. All right, guys. Starbucks is whippy, but it looks like it could go. I'd be willing to take a $50 loss on it. Really want to see it hold. VRM is making a massive move. A lot of selling on Starbucks. Might just take just a small 100 shares on this. Okay. And I will stop out at I guess 79.50. So stop. Maybe 59. Stop sell at 59. Really doesn't look like it wants to go up. See if we can make the push there. DPW, VRM. VRM's getting a really nice buy up. Lake is getting crushed. It did reject that trend line, as you can see up there. Okay, I'm going to move my stop up to 69, I think. Well, let's see. Well, no, it's probably just going to get me out there. There it is. Okay. So Starbucks got me out. It's okay. It was just I told you I was going to take, if I did trade the open, it was just going to be very small share size, risking very little, which we did. Lake has got a considerable amount of volume on it. AMD getting hammered. Came all the way up to this trend line here. Apple got crushed. Tesla's whippy. UAL. And CLH. ZM getting a nice big buy up here. Love to see this come up and test these levels. MRN getting bought up. Nice buy up there. It was halted. Throw this one back on the list. Looks like it's doing well. Starbucks, like it stopped a lot of people out and it's making its way back up to 80. I guess if it pulls up, I'll get in. It's got to prove itself though. So far, I've only taken one trade. It was on very, very conservative share size. Cost me 39 bucks. So it was worth it to me to see if we could go ahead and catch Starbucks on the run up. I believe we are going to get a run up today, but we'll just keep that on the side. VRM getting completely crushed back down. Lake getting crushed. If it breaks 2096, that'll be pretty significant. Gonna watch that for a while. AMD killing it, turning back around. Look at that. I mean, can you imagine? Man, AMD's probably going for all-time highs. I'm just going to leave that one alone for now. Same thing with Apple. He's just incredible. Just incredible. Boeing is getting hammered. And CLH, you know, this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. This would have been a perfect move here to take at the open. Can't win for losing. Starbucks seems like it might want to come up. If Starbucks comes back above 79.76, I will consider getting back in. It looks like it's really starting to move in a bearish direction though. So we'll just leave it alone for now. VRM looking like it could be turning around. Very interesting to see how that works out. Could be finding support on these levels over here. Okay, Starbucks is continuing to make a move down. It's having a sell-off, guys. So let's just see. I wonder if it's just kind of moving with the SPY right now. Looks like it might be. VRM coming back up. Lake. Volume dying off. AMD teetering around some of those levels. Apple. Boeing making a little bit of a pullback, sitting on the 100-day moving average on the daily. NCLH just continuing to go down. Like I said, story of my life. Story of my life. What did I tell you guys? The one day that I don't go short at the open, we start to get crushed. So is what it is. I'm just gonna wait around. Let's look at Neo. Yoni B's on Neo. Okay. Oxy. Oxy's probably getting pulled by the market as a whole. NKLA. RAVD's watching that. Volume's dying off a little on IMRN. We've got more alerts set for that. DPW finally looks like it's going to make a move. So I'd like to get in on a pullback. Oh man, look at that. Just got bought all the way back up there. So let's see if we can wait for a fail. Back down into the fours. Nope, it's just taking off. It's just taking off. Let's see. See if we can get a move all the way back down to the 20s. Wow. It's just popping up, guys. Let's see. It's going to move all the way back down. Come on. Keeps getting bought up. Come on. Sell down into the... There we go. There we go. Move down, move down. Ah, come on. I would really like a pullback to the 20s. Might not get it. That's fine if we don't. Goodness gracious. That's incredible. That is incredible. VRM has, yeah, for real, RAVD. I'm going to come off of that for a minute. VRM has recovered that 54 level here. Would be interesting. Let's check out Lake again. Check out AMD again. Apple. Look at Apple. Man. Apple is on a tear like nothing I've seen in a while. Let's see what happens there. Boeing, NCLH, UAL. It's like it's testing. Did not get in on ZM. It's okay. DPW. Gonna look for a quick pop if it comes down to 521 or the 520s. Yeah, I've been watching DPW Sagar. Hopefully you caught it too. very interesting right now. Ah, Apple's getting that pullback. Missing a lot of great pullbacks here. Just hesitating, guys. Just hesitating. But cracks that 200 level, that'll be pretty big. SPY's getting a pretty relentless pullback. Let's just see if there can be a little bit of a retest of some levels here. Come on. And come out a little bit there just in case. See. There we go. Come on. Okay, come out the rest there. And we are back to black on the day. There's a quick 45 bucks on Boeing. Nice little pullback trade there. Looks like a DPW coming back down. Starbucks looks like it's wanting to move up. I think it's possible that it has found support, but still going to wait for a retest. VRM 55.26. 55.36. See if we can get a flash sell down there. See if we can get a flash sell. Maybe making highs. Good job, Sagar. Doing very well on that trade. SPY's continuing to pull. SPY's making a good pull. Chris has hit 251. Maybe a good level for that. Yeah. Good job, Soccer. Good job. Okay, this one's too slow moving right now. DPW, CRIS, Chris. I've got more alerts set on that, so I'll come back around. Starbucks is having a hard time getting more of a sell-off there. Doesn't mean that it can't, but I think I'd be willing to get back in. But I'm just wondering if the SPY is going to kind of drag everything with it. Chris is continuing to move. DPW is sitting in consolidation. Starbucks looks like it's trying to recover. So go ahead and this can get a confirmation close above that 20-day moving average. I'll consider going in. If it gets to fail here, then reconsider. SPY's pulling through a key level, but it's getting bought back up on that level, so we'll see. We'll see if this is just kind of a turnaround moment here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a long on Starbucks. I'll get out at the break of 79. There we go. There it is. And I'll consider adding at the break of VWAP. 79.04 we'll say. Now we'll do it at 79. Stop, sell at 79. There we go. Starbucks is getting a nice buy up. We really want to see it break through that VWAP. So 79.10 is going to be the new stop. Stop, sell. It's not really doing it. Let's just see. See if it can make its way. See if it can push through that VWAP. Okay, I'm going to come out half just to pay for the trade. Struggling. It's definitely struggling. And I'll stop out the other 50 at 79.19. Stop, sell. We need to break VWAP and we need to break 79.50 for me to consider adding. Stop. Stop buy at 79.50. Buy another 100 shares there. Go. Almost. I'll look to add on a pullback then. Getting that VWAP rejection, so may have to come out at break even. So I'll leave that there for now. DPW, having a hard time staying up. VRM, wow, incredible move. Lake looks like it's still coming down, but it's slowed down tremendously. AMD just pumping, Apple pumping, outbreak even on those last 50 shares on Starbucks. Okay, we're in a bit of a chop fest right now. Tesla has peaked over the $1,000 mark, but BYD is getting a pretty aggressive buy up. It's about to break all-time highs, or not all-time highs. Let's see, but it's previous day high, critical level. Yeah, we could have a move basically up to 172 after this. So I'll check back in with BYD as we near those levels. ZM, man, massive, massive, massive buy up. Let's see if ZM is starting to hit at some of those other levels we were looking at. So 219, around the 220 area, I would look to get in ZM just for a brief pullback. I'd almost like to get in here. I could start with 25 shares. Let's just see if we can get one more solid move up. On ZM. Volume's picking up. It'd be tremendous if we could. DPW still on the move. Chris pulling back significantly. See if it continues to move. Put another alert out at 315. Just want to know if it gets there. DPW in a chop fest, chop zone. I'll tell you what, Starbucks barely got me out. Barely got me out. ZM may not give us that pullback we wanted. Good job, Sauger. Man, way to go. Good job, RavD. VRM continuing to make a good move up. Lake could be getting a reversal. AMD just ripping it right now, nearing all-time highs. So we may get it. Yeah. Thanks, RavD. $10, man. Yeah, I guess it's nice. I guess it's nice. You guys are like, man, $600, $400. I'm here with $10. Trading with wobbly legs, no doubt. I'm trying to, for right now, for me, it's just about staying in the game. But it's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Man, look at this. That was a perfect entry for a pullback. That could have had me up probably a couple hundred on the day. I'm honestly, I'm just hesitating right now. I'm hesitating. I'm not being smart by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, true. True, Sauger. Yeah, appreciate the encouragement as always. I'm still looking to see what I can snipe here. I'm seeing if there's something that I can get in on that may end up getting a healthy move. AMD is good for pullbacks. So is Apple. But I've got to be very, very careful about where my entry would be. Boeing could be on its way to making a reversal. NCLH, same thing. UAL looks like it wants to maybe continue down. Tesla's killing it. Whippy action though. BYND still looking pretty nice on the 5-minute. Let's see, where would we want to get in? Oh, that was the spot to get in. That was a double spot. Double top, I mean. I hate these light speed charts. It can definitely be annoying. Okay, Starbucks is not getting the reversal. It's actually looking like it wants to move back down, but we'll see. We'll see. Could just be a little choppy before it makes the reversal. AMD's having a hard time up here. See if it breaks 59. Man, it's having a hard time, but it's getting bought right back up. It's getting bought right back up. See what happens here. See if it breaks out. Gonna break out. Yeesh. AMD is usually pretty successful with their breakouts, but that's a big order at 59. Just see what it does here. Could be topping out. Let's look at the 2 minute, 5 minute. Nice move back down on AMD. Okay. I'll give it some time to work out. Starbucks is holding. Yeah, Lake. Looks like it could be making a little of a reversal here. I wonder if the SPY can drag it though. It's kind of what I'm kind of curious about that. It's not stopped on any major resistance. I have a tendency to think that it could continue to make a move. I mean, it's recovered that 20 EMA on the 1, but it's just, well, let's see. Okay. Let's see. I think I would. don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to jump in Lake just for a bit of a pullback. 21.33, so 21.13. I'll buy them back if we can get them there. See if we can get that quick move down. There we go. Come on. Come on. Can we get the fill at 13? Come on. There we go. Come on. Ah, come on. Did not fill me. See if I can get the fill at 23. Okay, coming out half. Broke VWAP, so I would be looking for a move all the way back down to on those 50 shares. If this fails VWAP, I'll be looking for a move all the way down to 2083 to try to gain back what I lost there. SPY's continuing to fail. I would consider adding on Lake if it continues to come up. $20.73 is where I would want to actually come out. Now it's resolving. Hopefully this will blow down through all those levels. We'll keep it at 83. I just saw something here that made me want to keep it there. We could do 25 at 2083 actually, and do another 25 at 2043. Let's just see how that fares. Starbucks is holding. Come on. Looking to get filled there at 2083. And then 2043. Come on. Should have gotten filled. Hate when it does this. It touched down at 82. It just didn't take my order. There we go. Okay. So we got out the first 25. We recovered our initial loss, and let's just see how much further this can come down on those other 25 shares. If we can break the $20 area, we should be able to get down to 18.91. So I would just take those last 20 shares at 19.33. Go get a full $50 move on that if possible, and then I'd probably just end the day there. DPW losing more steam. Starbucks making gradual lows. Lake, come on, Lake. There's no reason why. I mean, there's nothing there. There's really nothing keeping it from just getting hammered. I mean, really. Sorry, guys. Computer froze again. Cool. Yeah, if that happens, just give me a minute. I'm gonna have to get this checked out because this is not good. I can't be trading with a computer freezing up on me like this. Lake is getting a nice healthy buy back up here, which is fine. I would look for it to kind of come up to the 2250 levels. Couldn't quite get down here to 1933, so I may just get out also if it retraces back to 2133. I would think about getting out, just break even there. AMD continuing to get a strong pullback from 59. Boeing, still not sure where we're going with that. BYND pretty much lost that whole move. ZM's making its way back up. Would love to see ZM make it up to, yeah, the 220 levels. But we may end up coming down here. I may just take a stab at it at 217.35 for a quick pullback. So 217.35, just to see if we can get a good quick pullback there. From 35 to 216.85. And what I'll do is I'll end up adding at 219.35 for another 50 shares. And then 220. I think we will see some resistance at 220 on ZM. So I'm really hoping this taps up at 17.35 real quick. And we get a good strong pullback. Okay, I'm all out on Lake. Come on. Come on. Let's see, where would we get that? Will we get it back to there? Yeah, I think we could. Maybe even 75. Take it to 216.80. Come on. Ah. Man, come on. All right, 217.45 will be where I take it now. Let's look back here. Starbucks looks like it could be getting moved back up. Lake finally getting the rejection. Nice rejection off that 9 EMA on the 15-minute. See if we can get a fill at 21.20. Get a quick scalp, 21.20. And then 21.40. All right, Yoni B. Good seeing you, man. Thanks for joining us as always. Okay, I don't like how Lake's moving. Let's get on ZM. Looks like ZM's going to have a nice move up. Unless it's topping out. Could just be topping out. We'll see. Boeing having a really hard time making that move back up. And CLH is getting a push. Yeah, appreciate you too, Yoni B. UAL's getting a push. Everything's getting a push right now because Tesla's getting the push, of course. I think this could be very dependent on how much of a push Tesla actually gets. I'm missing the move on ZM. It looks like it's rejecting off this this trend line here. So man, Starbucks is... So SPY is getting bought up off of a key level, and that level is 318.80. But don't know how temporary this level is. $320.09 is the next level for buying up. It's approaching VWAP. DPW has recovered, but on light volume. Chris is not making any further moves up. Want to see heavier volume come in. There, VRM. Lake. It's really hard to tell with Lake. It's really, really, really hard to tell right now. But you can see, I mean, it's gotten multiple rejections off of these levels. It's continuing to fail that level at 21. If it comes out below 2070, that would be serious, and then 2026 would be even more serious. So, but just very light volume being traded there. So I imagine a lot of stop loss orders are going to get triggered below 2070. $20.74. Got an order at 70. And I would wait for the break of 2025. Okay. Love to get the break of 2025, and I would go ahead and take the first 25 off at 2030. And then, of course, if it broke 2025, I would take the second off at 1970. See if we can get this move. It's fighting it. Really need to bust down through 2050. On Lake. Think we could get a flush to 1970. Let's see, DPW. See, here's why I said it needs to be on strong volume. It came up and it failed on DPW. Come on, Lake. Come on. You just got the break, man. Come on. Come on. It's not moving fast enough, guys. I hate that it's not, but it's just not. Okay. I'm going to take 25 at 2050. There we go. Okay, so we at least paid for the trade. Let's see if we can get this break. And 2009 is a significant level. If it can break that, 1930 is the next level after that. Having a really hard time. Just could be retracing here. Maybe this could be seen as a little bit of a double bottom. Come on, get the flush. There you go. There you go. Breakthrough 2025. Come on. Breakthrough 20. Yeah, it's testing my patience. This should be it. There should be a lot of people coming in, stop losses triggering. This is what concerns me about stocks like this. It could be double bottoming. When there's not a lot of volume, it's really hard to get that follow through. But you would think that there'd be a lot of people who would just have the stop losses are probably going to be triggered after this point, actually 2009, now that I think about it, or maybe even after $20. So we broke it. I would even take, let's see, 1970. I would take, out of 25 shares, I would take 12 off at 1970. We might get a hard flush if we break those levels. And then we'll say the other 13 at 1930 would justify it. But we really need to get the break here. Really need to get the break here to make this work. Come on. SPY's pulling. Oh, come on. So if it came above 2070, I'd have to be concerned. Need to get the break here. Come on. SPY's continuing to pull. SPY's pulling. SPY's about to break low of day. It's not looking good for SPY. Okay, I'm gonna just set a stop limit here. Let's see, yeah, 59. So I want to be able to move on and check out some of these other ones. DPW continuing to get the sell off. Also want to set an alert on Lake if it hits 2020. So LAKE 2020 bid add. Okay, I want to know if that hits 2020. Starbucks VWAP projection coming back down. It's coming with the SPY. So days like this, obviously taking reversals are not smart, because they're just trending with the SPY, and as long as the SPY is making moves to the downside, the rest of these stocks are going to continue to make moves to the downside. They're not going to reverse. Boeing, you can see, I mean, this, a lot of people probably thought, oh, this is it. This is the reversal. You know, it's going to break up through VWAP and go up, you know, to test 210 or whatever, but it's just not. It's following Daddy SPY today. Definitely following Daddy SPY. UAL, Tesla. You know, everything's getting crushed right now, really. I mean, except except the one that I'm on is just sitting pretty right here, but there's not a lot of shares being traded, and you know, so it's probably going to get me out here. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yep. They're going to get me out. Wow. Be interesting if it fails and comes all the way down here. That'd be awesome. Did everything but tap me out. Might just be a grind down day until the Fed concludes. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, you have to think about profit taking, and people don't want to be in there if they know that, you know, there could be a little bit of I don't know what you would call it, but you know, the SPY is so dadgum overextended. Somebody's got to be thinking about profit taking, you know. And we're due for a pullback day. Just kind of bites that this is the actual day that I'm not trading. Oh, JFIN, I'll check that one out. Just happens to be the one day that I'm sitting on my hands a lot, and this, you know, story of my life. Like I said, story of my life. Man, I really hope this gets crushed. I'd love to see this come all the way down here into the 18s. I'd be done for the day. I'd have to be. JFIN. Oh, wow. It's going into a halt. Um, this has only been out for about a year. It's only been trading for a year, I should say. That's interesting. Thanks for calling it, Sauger. Um, so, wonder what the story is with JFIN. Looks like it's a 5 million share float to release first quarter unaudited results on Thursday. Okay, so it's obviously had some good results, yeah? Yeah, this could be fun. I agree. This could be very fun, actually. So I am going to actually remove VRM. And let's see, I think I'm going to remove Starbucks. And I think I am going to replace it with JFIN. So we'll see what happens with JFIN. What I would really like to see is a pullback, a flush down to the 2154 levels. That would be ideal. I would get in with maybe just 50 shares at that point. Lake looks like it's about to hit 2020. Yeah, I would love to see a move down there. I would even put in an order. I'd probably put in an order at 20. I would do 2140. Another order at 2040. I'd consider that. Come on, Lake. Look at this. Lake just keeps getting bought up. It's a trick. It's a trick stock, guys. It's a trick stock. It's just tricking people out left and right. But I'll tell you what. If this if it goes down, I mean, I've got my stop set. I'm gonna make money on it, or I'm gonna at least pay for the trade. It'll literally just pay for 2 of my tickets, which is fine. But if it rolls over, that's going to be a good move. Again, guys, if for some reason the live stream freezes, just remain calm. I'll be back in. Man, AMD. RSI is 98 on JFIN. Good. Good call. Good look. Good look, man. Look, ZM came right up to where I think I had it at first at 217.35. I'm going to keep that in there though, just in case. JFIN, can you locate shorts? Nope. So I can't short this stock. I literally have to take this stock to the long side. And wait for a serious and significant pullback. AMD looks like it could be struggling here. It's getting a rejection off of, let's see, 59 all-time highs. And you see this trend line I had marked out here up top. It's getting a, potential close below that. SPY's making a pullback right now. AMD might be following suit. Lake has finally tapped 2020. It just tapped it though. Didn't crush through it. We need to see it break through $20. So I am going to set another alert on Lake for the $20 mark. Actually, 2009 is the number it needs to break. So we'll call it at 2008. Add. Okay. AMD. I would love for AMD to come all the way back up here. To get a test on it. That would be beautiful. Doesn't look like we're going to get it though. $58.17. Okay, Lake is hitting. Okay, that's great. Lake is getting, now it's getting crushed. So I would be fine taking half off at, let's take, the first 12 off of 1955. See if we can get a fill there at 1955. Come on. Come on. There we go. What did I do? Uh-oh. I think I accidentally bought. What did... Oh my gosh. Boneheaded move, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I don't double check. Dadgummit. Story of my mother freaking life here lately. What did I tell you, man? What did I tell you guys? I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm just not. You got to admit, at some point, you got to admit to yourself, you are not in a good place mentally as a trader. Oh, I should have had those orders in and ready to go. I mean, obviously you can't set the orders during the halt, but I should have just let Lake work itself out. I had a stop set. I could have just kept my stop in place, and I needed to be here and be ready for this. It would have captured both my orders. I'd have had 100 shares. Oh my gosh. This is why I'm not having my $300, $400, $500 days anymore. I'm not in it, y'all. I'm not in it. Mentally, I'm not there. I'm just not there. Boeing making a nice recovery. Good job, Boeing. I sat there and freaking called that junk. I sat there and said, this is what I'm going to do when it opens back up. I would put an order here and maybe even another order $1 below that just in case it came down to these levels. I literally spelled it out. You who are just now coming into the live stream, go back, rewind this. Literally like 5 minutes ago. Rewind where I was outlining my plan for this. And I'm sitting here worried about 25 shares on Lake. Just the dumbest. I know. I'm hard on myself. I know. But I gotta be, because if I'm not, who will be? You know? If I can't challenge myself, if I can't reflect on these things, if I don't have enough insight into my own life to be able to see when I'm just not doing well. But I got to work on it. It may be a matter of just simulation. I may just have to go into simulation for a few days here. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous how many of these things. Like I feel like I'm walking on such a tightrope. Good move on Lake. Good move on AMD. AMD, that's legit though. I was not going to take that move. I really wanted to see it come back up and test these previous areas of support. I was going to add maybe 200 shares around here and then maybe another 200 shares around here and wait for a VWAP rejection and pull back. But it never did that. So that's legit. That's I'm not claiming I would have taken that trade. Man. Eesh. Let me get a quick shot back up to 1930. Let's see here. $19.45. Freaking A. See if we can tack on an extra 15 bucks here. And I can add, I'd be fine to add all the way up to the 2020 levels. See if we can pick up at 1945, 50 shares. Come on. Okay, we're going to move that to 1955. So, we'll take it to 1930. Be real quick. 12 bucks there, nothing big. And then we'll take it again at 1985. And then 2005, and then 2025. So let's see if we can get a good strong rip up through there, collect up to 200 shares, and get it real quick on a pullback. Otherwise, we'll take little scalps along the way. It would have to be 95. No, I think if it tapped up to 95, it would get up into the 20s, so I just leave it there. There we go. Come on, can we scoop it up real quick? It's not doing it. Okay, I'm gonna go check on some of these other ones. JFIN continue to pop. AMD, nice reversal here on AMD. Nice. Let's see how far we can come up. Now we are looking at a potential trend right here. Love to see it make its way up there. Of course, if SPY continues to get a nice big buy up, then I'd want to be careful on that. So, man, look at Apple. Apple is on a tear. Boeing, nice. And CLH, nice. UAL, just continue to make that move up. Good job. IMRN. Making a nice move. BYND staggering a little. ZM broke trend. Let's just watch that for a minute. So here we go. Here we go on AMD. This is great because there's a lot of previous areas of support here that could be acting as resistance up towards 58.40. Plus we're meeting a trend line. This would be the perfect spot to get in for just a little scalping pullback. I think there would at least be, I mean, it might break through temporarily, but I think there would at least be enough of a pullback to get a good, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks on, just a real quick 30, 40 bucks. Apple is nuts. Should get a nice pullback in the next few days. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right for sure. See if AMD might be actually getting a VWAP rejection here. But it's recovered the major moving averages on the 5 minutes, so I want to give it a chance to work out. I would go ahead and get in with 200 shares at 58.44. $58.44, just for a quick 20, 30 bucks. Maybe get out at 31. And if it continued to go, I would take another 200. I think it's going to have a hard time making a recovery unless the SPY starts ramping back up. But yeah, I think 44, and then might even just take it for 20 bucks. 24 bucks. Yeah, Sagar, did you take JFIN at all? That would be interesting to know. UAL's strong, guys. Continue to push. Lake is just continuing to get hammered. So that's good. Good for anybody who held on to that. I can't believe I took all of my shares out. I was supposed to double check that order. It's ridiculous. There we go. AMD crawling up. Nope, way too extended. My entry was 22, but I missed it. Sat back and watched. Yeah. Market always gives other opportunities. Very, very true. So I'm hoping this will tap 58.24 and that I can get a pullback to 32 for a quick $24. Might even up that to 400 shares. SPY just recovered VWAP though. Okay, change of plans. Gonna have to up this to 48. And then I would take the first 200 at 40 and the second 200 at 37. See if we can get a pop up to 48. So this came up all the way to 36 and it's retraced back to 24. So let's just see if this can get up to 48. And hopefully we can remove $200 shares at a time for about a total of a $40 move here. And if it just gets out these first 200 and starts to go against me, I'll either get out, I'll reassess it when we get there, but I'll either get out, break even, or I'll let it tap up to these levels and add another 200 up here and then let it pull back to, 52 or something. That would probably, it doesn't look like we're going to get it though. AMD's coming back down. It's basically getting a rejection of that trend line just right before it got to the trend line. So all right, not good. UAL still strong. Apple's incredible. Does anybody know any news on Apple? I'm going to look it up right now, but I didn't, sometimes FinViz doesn't tell you everything. There's a few different Apple to let users trade in their Mac computers for credit. Okay, well, there you go. I think Apple is going to be good for a slight pullback, enough of a pullback to justify a quick scalp on maybe 50 shares. I might have actually missed it though. Yep, it's getting the pullback right now. Day late and a dollar short. Let's see. Let's see if we get a retest. $30, $352.54, $352.54, 30 shares. I mean, it's a pretty strong buy. Let's just wait. It's gonna wait. Yeah. Man, I should have gotten in on that. Okay. JFIN still lagging. Lake, AMD. Could get a move down to the 30s here. Wait for the SPY to pull back a little. There we go. Just doing a paper trade on UAL, taking it at 40.50. Just 100 shares on the paper trade. Just seeing if we can get down to that 40.30 level. Nice buyback. Nice buy up right there, yep. Maybe even 40.20. May jump in for a real trade. SPY's pushing up, trying to make it back up through VWAP. $74 is where the get out point would be. Okay, looks like it's still pushing. It was a nice strong buyback up on it. But I think we can get a move down to 30. But I think it's really going to be dependent on what the SPY does. So I don't feel great about it. Okay. Well, they're pushing. So AMD came right back up to that trend line, testing the trend. Apple is holding up pretty well there. Apple looks like it's got some good opportunity for some scalps. Looks like it wants to finally break 252. Lost out on my UAL paper trade. Glad I didn't take it. Apple does look like it could make a good significant move down if it breaks 352. Sorry, RavD. I see you've been commenting. Hold on a second. Let me just monitor this real quick. If SPY comes back down, I think it's possible that we could make a quick $30 on a pullback with Apple. See what Apple does here. See if it gets a rejection. Keeps getting bought. Okay, we're going to take Apple short in anticipation of the break here and see if we can get a move down to 351.56. Looks like it wants to thrust down and test down here. Obviously, if it comes over 352.63, we'll have to get out. So 352.60, stop, buy those 30 shares. Let's see if we can get a good, consistent, or a good solid pullback here. There we go. We'll take the first 15 shares at 351, 51. See if we can get that. SPY looks like it's pulling pretty good, so let's see if we can get 351.51. And then we'll take the other 15 at 351.20. SPY sitting on that 9 EMA. Apple's having a hard time. My new stop should probably be over 352.40. 41. Okay, stop by 352.41. Yeah. Maybe even 352.30, but we'll give it room to work out. Should be able to get to 51 and then 350.84. Looks like the next. There's a lot to fight through there. See if we can get. Get that pullback on Apple. Need to break this level, or I'll go ahead and come out half the shares. We need to break 351.81. Come out half. Come on. See if we can do it. There we go. There we go. Come on. 351.81. Can we do it? Yeesh. Come on. What a nasty buy up. Trying to be more patient with this. 351.81. It's holding. It's holding. Okay, I'm going to come out half just in case. And I'm going to hold to 351. Now it's getting the break. 351.10. Now it's getting the break. 351.10. 15 shares, double checking. 15 shares, yeah. Okay. And then we will stop at the break of 352.29. 352.30, basically. Mm. 352.21. We'll say 25. Stop. Buy. Really want to see a good strong sell-off down here. Wonder if I could hold those shares, those 15 shares, another. I mean, if it's getting a buy up here, that'll be interesting. It's getting a nice strong buy up. So what I might want to do is go ahead and just get out at 352.10, break even. For right now, it's just not working. Trade's just not working right now. Well, I thought for sure we could get a return on it. Come on. There we go. All right, so we really lost nothing here except a little bit of money on commission. So, all right, Sagar, we'll see you, man. Rav D, very true. I'm just watching. Good day, Sagar. Let's see. Intel no longer making chips for them, but that was yesterday. Okay. JFIN tanked, wanted to take it at 29 with a stop over 30, just couldn't pull the trigger. That's good. I think we may see Apple drop a bit before the Fed. Okay. No worries, Matt, just yapping. Vulcan says, good luck, Matt. What's up, Vulcan? Good to see you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was going for a good move on Apple. It obviously, we can see that it didn't work out. Now had I taken 100 shares at 352.10, man, we would have gotten a good $40 move on that, $30 move maybe. But that's the thing. I mean, I really should be trading with bigger share size, I think, on some of these scalps, but you never know. You never know when it's going to be that time where it's going to pop up, and then look at that. Look at that move. You never know when it's going to be that time where it pops up and never comes back. And on a stock like this with no previous area of resistance, I don't want to test it. I really don't. It's not worth it to me. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna be out. I'm getting out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. With ECN fees, I probably made $20 today. Probably $22.49 exactly in commissions and fees. So probably made exactly $20 today. Woohoo! Oh man, yeah, it's in my head at this point, guys. It's all in my head. It's all in my head. I mean, how do you go from and just think about this for a minute for those of you who are still here. It goes all the way back to my channel when I first started. How was I going to from having regularly roughly $500 days? Some days were $300-400, and not to say I had a couple losing days too, and that sort of thing. But some days I was making $600-700-800. Like how did I go from that to then back in the month of May I was barely able to crack $300 and some on the day. It's fear. It's fear. It's a psychological issue. It's the trading mentality behind this stuff. And then and it's the same thing. We look at May. May was my month of building confidence back. And I was packing on a lot of $100 and $200 days, and then eventually, more regularly $300 days towards the end of the month. But then what happened? We come into June, suffered a major loss, and now I'm having red days left and right, and I can barely crack $42 on the day. This is all psychological. It's completely psychological. This is why I tell people all the time. You guys have heard me say it all the time. You're probably sick of me saying it, but it really is. Day trading is 80% psychology. And I never mean to say that the education isn't important, because it's extremely important. But education, knowledge, practicing in a simulator, getting good, building a strategy, all of that is 20% of it. And that's a big 20%. That really is a big 20%. There's a lot there. But realistically, none of that's going to matter if your head ain't right. If your mind's not right, if your emotions aren't right, all of that junk's going to fly out the window. I'm a walking, living, breathing testimony of that right now. You can see it. You can see it, so the question isn't always, what am I doing differently? It's, why am I doing it differently? And a lot of times it does come back to the psychology of it all. It really does. And so anyway, so Vulcan says, no problem, Matt, you're going to be fine. I hope so. I hope so, brother. I hope so. Ravd, definitely fear. It can snowball in your head. You're exactly my point. Exactly. So weird market moves makes the strategy unstable, and that's true too. That's true too. But if I am being completely honest with myself, I think I think I have diverted from the strategy a little just because, you know, I'm kind of messed up mentally right now. Look at this. Man, look at this junk. I am so tempted. So tempted. Man, I would love, see this right here, this is big. I would love to get a pullback all the way up to like $50. VRM getting crushed. Absolutely crushed. Would love for it to skyrocket back up here and then get a snapback. That could be a really good, quick, solid move, even on 50 shares, even if I just took 50 shares at a time. So doing on the 1 minute. Could be finding support there. I'm going to leave this up. I'll check on it later. I mean, this really could be just a good, quick in and out, 40, 50 bucks, maybe even 70, 80 bucks. It would definitely pay for the shares, for the locates. So yeah. Even up to these levels right here, that would be a good solid. You could probably get in right at the 50 spot there, 49.90. Could butt up against that EMA and get enough of a pullback down to maybe 49.20 or something like that. And then if it kept going, you could just add here at maybe like 51.60. Yeah, bring your average up to maybe 50.40 or something like that. But I don't know. There's not a lot of volume right now. But anyway, I am going to have to go. Got some other work to tend to, but had a great time with you guys. You know, it's not a good day. Nothing to brag about. Look at this. Look at this. Finally getting the move. Finally getting the move. And that's the other thing. You know, let me point something out. Back in May, or even before that, when I first started this channel, I would have jumped in. First of all, I would have gotten in on a pullback here. And so I would have made the get out spot at high of day. But I would have probably taken 100 shares. And I would have just put my stop up here. And if it resolved all the way down here, I probably would have taken 50 off, would have kept my stop up here. And then down here, I'd probably take another 50 off. So it's the difference between making 60 cents on a stock and, you know, making 60 bucks or more. NCLH continuing to get the push. Good job. UAL, same. Tesla, same. IMRN losing steam. BYND staggering. ZM staggering. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, had a great time with y'all, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a good rest of the day. Take care.